For about 3 years, starting from 2014 to 2016, Charles Njonjo wrote a monthly column for the Weekend Star. It was invariably one of the most popular features of the Siasa pullout section, which was devoted to political analyses. And of particular significance was that, in a country where political pundits pride themselves on being merciless to those in high places, he never once had anything negative to say about the two presidents he served. Nor yet did he ever criticize President Mwai Kibaki or Uhuru Kenyatta, both of whom are no doubt very well known to him personally. The value of his essays, then, lies in the views he expressed on various topical issues. Here is a selection of extracts. On the Westminster parliamentary system versus the presidential system. The presidential system has divided us. It has brought about all this nonsense I hear called the tyranny of numbers. What we need is a president who is also an MP, who has a constituency he has to answer for, who occasionally has to talk to ordinary voters in his own constituency, the way British prime ministers do. The Westminster system served us well. Some false enthusiasm led us to adopt the presidential system. It's time to admit we made a mistake and go back to the Westminster system. It has excellent checks and balances. It forces ministers routinely to have to justify themselves to Parliament, and it has clear separation of powers just like any other democratic system. I believe we have thrown out the baby with the bathwater. We should have corrected whatever might have been a mistake in our Westminster system instead of abandoning it. And I believe that so long as we retain this divisive presidential system we now have, we will continue to pay a steep price for it in having a top leadership which, irrespective of who is president, will unavoidably be very isolated from the concerns of ordinary people on a day-to-day basis. On the 2010 new constitution. To a large degree I blame the legal theorists who blindly copied from the South African constitution in coming up with our new constitution. They simply were not empirical enough in their approach to constitution making. For if they had started with an empirical assessment of our needs as a nation, they would have realized that we were best served by minor modifications to what we already had, the Westminster system of parliamentary democracy. On founding President Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta, people often forget, was a supremely sophisticated man. He may have later found it politically expedient to dress in those so-called traditional robes, leopard skin robes and the like. But this was a man who spent decades in Europe, partially in self-imposed exile, partially in a lonely struggle agitating for Kenyan independence.